Welcome to the 5th grade expert panel. We have a live audience with us today, and they're going to be asking our three experts here some questions. Right now, our three experts are Keegan Drake, he's a Down syndrome expert. Briggs Maynard, he is an optical illusions expert. And Eli Witt, and he's an ADD and ADHD expert. Now we're going to take some questions from our live audience for our first expert, who is an expert on Down syndrome. Do we have any... Okay, you...
How rare is Down syndrome?
Our question from the audience is, how rare is Down syndrome? The answer from the expert is?
That depends on the age of the parent. At age 20, it is about 1 in 1,600, and it increases by the age of the parents.
Thank you for that example, Keegan. Now we are going to take two more questions for this expert.
What is Down syndrome?
Our question from the audience is, what is Down syndrome? Now our answer is?
Down syndrome is a disease caused by genes in the cells of the parents, and these people only have in the 21st chromosome they have 3, and most people only have 2, so they have an extra chromosome.
Thank you for that very detailed description, Keegan. We are going to take one more question. Yes?
How is Down syndrome caused?
Our question from the audience is, how is Down syndrome caused? Our answer from the expert is?
Down syndrome is caused also by the age of parents. At age 30, it's pretty good chance that you're going to have a kid with Down syndrome for the mom, and it increases until age 50. And at age 50, the dad has a good chance of having a child with Down syndrome, and it increases as well. Yes.
The dad has a good chance.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that. What Keegan's trying to say is that if you're young, then you have a very, very small chance of getting Down syndrome. But if you're older, then you have a much higher chance. Okay, we're going to move on to our second expert in the house tonight. He is our optical illusions expert, Briggs Maynard. Do we have any questions from the live audience? Yes?
Why do our brains fall for optical illusions?
Next, our question from the audience is, why do our brains fall for optical illusions? The answer is?
Well, the optical illusions, give you the wrong information of what it actually is. And so, let's say it's an optical illusion, and it kind of gives you the wrong information, and us humans, we, believe it and storage it away and don't throw it out.
Thank you, Briggs. We're going to take 2 more questions. Yes?
What are the different types of optical illusions?
Our question from the audience is, what are the different types of optical illusions?
There's 4 different types of optical illusions. There's cognitive, paradox, ambiguous, and distorting. The cognitive illusions kind of make up optical illusions. The paradox illusions are impossible. They can't happen in real life. The ambiguous illusions, they're 2 in 1. So there's a picture where there's a duck swimming, but if you look at it from a different angle, it could look like a rabbit. And then there's distorting illusions, which is something that it's an object or someone who has something in a hidden picture in it, so to speak. And so it's a door, and the wood pieces could be rearranged to look like a mouse, but it's not actually a mouse.
Thank you for those 2 examples, Briggs. We're going to take one more question. Yes?
Why did you choose the topic of optical illusions?
The question from the audience was, why did you choose optical illusions for your topic study?
I chose optical illusions for my topic study, or
Theme study.
theme study.
Sorry.
Because I feel like I see them at least a couple times every day, and I kind of wanted to know why and how, and so I learned that it's just the way you're looking at it. So that's why I wanted to.
I've got one little question for you, Briggs. Do you think that you made the right choice in choosing optical illusions?
Yes, during the theme study, I really liked doing it because none other than I really got to look at different types of illusions and have fun with that. I also got learned a lot, and so I'm glad that I chose it.
Thank you, Briggs. Okay, we have our last expert in the house, and this is Eli Witt. He is our ADD ADHD expert, and we have three. We're gonna take 3 questions. Now, does anybody have a question? Okay, you.
What are some signs of someone with ADHD?
The question from the audience is, what are some signs if a person has, what are some symptoms if a person has ADD, ADHD? And the answer from our expert is,
Some signs are like being really full of energy and just always acting crazy, and something as little as a leaf falling from a tree can distract that person from like learning algebra because they get really distracted in class.
thank you for that example, Eli. We're going to take 2 more questions. Does anybody have a question? Yes?
What causes ADD? What causes ADD, ADHD?
Our question from the audience was, what causes ADD, ADHD? And the answer is?
Let's see, gotta refresh my memory.
Remember, most of us are 10, so this is pretty impressive.
So, ADHD is mostly caused by the genes from the parents. Sometimes they're born with it and nobody knows how they were born with it. And in a study they did once, showed that the kids with ADHD had more lead in their blood, had higher lead blood levels than kids that didn't have ADHD. Interesting fact for you people out there.
And how does having lead in your blood affect you?
Well, like I said, the study showed that kids with ADHD had more lead in their blood, and some people, mostly, they're born with it, but sometimes nobody knows how they get it.
Thank you. That concludes session 1, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with our next 3 experts. Thank you for watching, and we thank all of the people that asked questions for session 1.